for this final game of Dominate Dominion, of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 5. We have Blind Pick Bandits on the top. We have zimike playing as Janna, Elalya playing as Warwick, Talith PA playing as Poppy, Jjaja playing as Udyr, and Aparkhurst playing as Cassiopeia. And I am one half of your casting duo for this final game of the night. I am Gandair, and casting with me is
FourCourtJester. Been enjoying our matches yet again, dude. It's always been a pleasure. Down on our bottom, you know, our reigning champions, point defense, aka line defense, because we are missing a few of them. You can see TheFeedski in there, doing his work as always. Taking a break a little bit from the admin side, jumping right in here with some good friends, and he is playing LeBlanc. That is quite the treat. We're talking about how every time you watch him play a LeBlanc game, he loses.
That's why I'm scared. I won't lose. It's my homeboy right there. So I'm gonna just not center my camera on LeBlanc at all. It'd be awesome.
Nah, don't worry. I'll watch it. Maybe it'll balance out.
Ooh.
But you know,
yeah, do that.
Sauron is running that Pantheon. I really expected that to go to TheFeedski, but onisnake Rammus was left on the table, and he is... Wow, Rammus actually running the double Dorns when boots, so he's not going for any kind of crazy movement. He's just going to be trying to get up there and stop moving away, you dumb camera. So yeah, TheFeedski on LeBlanc. We theorizing we could see her bottom. We also got a ZaberZ in here with a Teemo, although I'm assuming that's an AP. It's an AD Teemo, not AP, and that leaves us with a Aparkhurst to run. Not a Aparkhurst, sorry. That leaves us a Nekrogen to run us a Jarvan 4.
Yep.
Line offense, whatever. Defense, offense, not point defense. I don't care.
Sauron's team, Nekrogen's team. It's usually how I refer to them as. And away we go. Onisnake, Onisnake was a caster for NESL. If I have my names correct. Very cool to see him actually playing in an event and playing well. On top of that, which is really, really awesome. He's going to be the first one up to get to the windmill right here as the rest of the team comes up and catches up with them. We're going to start the little back and forth click war, but with tornadoes. Not going to TheFeedski, a little bit airborne there, and get the damage getting put on him. onisnake coming around to the back there. ZaberZ moving in to pick whatever shots that he can, and TheFeedski can dash in and dash out. You know, doing the hokey pokey there as damage is exchanged. To stay in the back, try and capture this point. Talith is going to get exhausted and forced back away from that. He's going to try and get the stun off on Elalya, but a little bit of damage shield there protects him. And Elalya is going to be the first one to go down in this game. And Poppy now really low on hit points. Talith PA's Poppy is likely the next target. zimike hanging out in the back, and LeBlanc goes down. TheFeedski taking a trip to the graveyard there. Poppy going next. Talith PA, and then. More deaths following that, and they are able to secure that top point. The top point has been picked up for line offense.
Line offense indeed. Yeah, a lot of kills up top, but Jjaja really pushing very hard up against Jarvan. I have no idea why we left Jarvan bottom, but he so far has not been able to deal with Jjaja, but we have now peeled to red bottom to deal with it, which means that we're going to have a weakened offense up top. And now TheFeedski with the exhaust. Is a Mike coming in here with Talith PA, and oh, I don't foresee him getting out of this. Oh, well, maybe he will. Look at that. TheFeedski with the clutch. Getting out of there by the skin of his teeth. And we got a lot of red bottom. We actually have 3 red bottom.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of people going on down there, and there's just, you know, 2v2 up top. It looks like breaking a more couple people off, moving them around. Things might be returning to some semblance of normality, normacy, whatever you call that word when things are normal. And Elalya trying to get this center relic, but Sauron's going to interrupt that. Elalya and zimike going to do a little bit of damage. He's going to walk on away from that. Up at the top, you know, as ZaberZ is beginning to build the field of dreams of mushrooms up here. And Aparkhurst can try and make a move for that. But nope, they're going to drop a Garrison right on that, start recovering the health on that tower, and they're going to chase Aparkhurst right in through the minions. Get the ultimate going down, and Aparkhurst is in a really, really bad spot right now, especially with TheFeedski. Oh, TheFeedski dashing right in to get that assist, absolutely positively. Wants that money, pulling it right out of Cassiopeia's pocket from point-blank range, and looks like Blind Pick's going to back off just a little bit there.
Yeah, Nekrogen not faring very well bottom. That Phoenix stance, and Udyr just has to sit right beside him for the massive damage. And again, I mean, like, it does seem Jarvan can get to about midpoint, maybe a little bit more before Jjaja starts overwhelming him. And now that he called it out, look at this. We got the surprise double cap in the bottom. Here comes the Pantheon. He's going to be able to interrupt this, no problem. The Poppy ult coming out and really chunking down Sauron. Here comes the ultimate from Elalya, but she will be paying for that from ZaberZ. ZaberZ really putting her down. As Talith not going to hit that egg. So very close, but she does drop. And now the triple coming out onto Jjaja. Very excellent defense coming out from the line offense as they're able to defend that point. It might be neutral now, but they got 3 kills out of it.
Yep, onisnake having to retreat now to interrupt Aparkhurst up at the top. Trying to get there as quick as he can without zimike slowing him down, and is able to interrupt that and delay it just a little bit, and that's all he needed to do was delay until his team could get there. Zimike kicking ZaberZ out away from Aparkhurst, FeedSki engaging on and getting the kill on Aparkhurst there. Zimike can back off just a little bit and stay comfortably out of range of the enemy team as Sauron heads up towards the top, and Nekrogen and Jjaja exchange bottom.
Alright, KDA now activated, so enjoy your KDA. Looking like Jjaja and Nekrogen again going toe-to-toe. We do got a Brutalizer as well, some no magic mantle here on Nekrogen. Now it is going to be a 2-on-1. Jjaja holding up surprisingly well, has himself that Spirit Visage, so every time he does that turtle stance, he does get a lot more health back, and it looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, even with onisnake and Nekrogen down there at the bottom. And we got Elalya coming in with the suppress. And Nekrogen is going to get taken down with that Ignite. It's Sauron, onisnake down here. Tremor's activated on Rammus, splashing some of that damage around. Talith PA is exhausted. Backs Sauron right up against that tower, and then steps away. Onisnake still being, largely ignored. Just do a tank, just walk right around him. Talith PA taking some damage, and onisnake and Sauron are able to get that kill. Jjaja with the exhaust now getting chased by ZaberZ, probably going to get taken out. There we go with the airborne from Nekrogen, enables that to go on, and Aparkhurst down here getting taunted by onisnake as he backs off with 3 bottom. I don't know if they're going to make a move on this tower or not.
Well, again, they really did push up a lot of pressure, and they dropped 3 kills again to it. It's not looking good this early game. Line offense have been really putting a lot of kills in their pockets. Zimike is now going to drop up top. FeedSki able to get the defense off that. Here comes Elalya, but she's going to go straight for FeedSki. FeedSki might be dropping here. He does not have that passive to rely on. But look at that, the stun and the deeps from ZaberZ. It means that FeedSki is going to be A-okay. And it's trade-offs like these that are really going to start noticing in terms of money.
Yeah, you don't get as much gold per kill in Dominion. You only get 100 as opposed to 300, but it means it takes longer for a deficit, or whatever the opposite of a deficit's called, to really be noticeable. But you'll see that start to creep up slowly over time. Kicks in later on in the game. You'll see someone being a whole item ahead and wonder where that money came from. It's because of those exchanges that you were just talking about. Sauron's a mic exchanging blows. Talith PA dangerously close to Sauron. No one wants to get close enough to Poppy. Poppy use that hammer. Jjaja still being a terrible amount of disruption down here at the bottom, but he's going to get ganged up on by 3 people and get taken out as ZaberZ punts Aparkhurst away from that top point with his poison once again.
People pointing out in chat that last Warwick dive on top of FeedSki. Yeah, that was he was blinded by Teemo.
Oh.
Yep. That's how good the ZaberZ guy is on that Teemo thing, He's that good. 473 to 318, still 3 points up for line offense. They're still looking really good. The burst from FeedSki taking down the Snake Lady. Here comes Elalya on top of ZaberZ with the help of Zimike. Is going to get a shutdown on top of him, but now we're going to have Sauron come in for the kill on top of Zimike. But again, we were talking about how it's really hard to chase down Janna, but with onisnake there and the storm buff, he could make a really plausible case for it.
He's doing the best he can. He really wants that Janna. Nope, Janna's just going to leave. I'm Zimike. I don't care.
18 hit points.
That's a 2-digit number. And Elalya's going to get taken out there. onisnake now diving for Talith PA, trying to get this off. Misses with stun there, FeedSki, but turns his back at just the right time to avoid Aparkhurst's ultimate there. Very good move. But FeedSki really low on mana, not really able to contribute anything. Yeah, that's the word. Contribute. There we go. Contribute. Much to the fight at the low amount of mana. And Sauron in much the same way, low on mana, low on health, and they are forced to retreat back to that tower as Jjaja pushes another creep wave up bottom.
Yeah, Jjaja's been doing his work. I mean, he's been pushing this very hard up against Nekrogen, and he's doing his work. I mean, that's all we can say to it. Might not have the best in scores, 0-4, but if they don't have to worry about their bottom lane, that means Blue can really focus more on this top and mid, and that is exactly where they need to be focusing, because Talith PA, with that almost ultimate, trying to land a kill on top of Sauron, could be in some big trouble. Elalya, however, is going to be able to grab the kill along with the Snake Lady, but a little bit of a shutdown going down, and the windmill does go for the first time, I think, this match to the Blind Pick Bandits.
Bandits in control of the windmill now. ZaberZ hanging around up there. Sauron hanging around up there. I don't know how long they're going to stick around in that area of the woods. Onisnake over there. Maybe going to scissor in backdoor, try and make something happen. Or maybe he's going to go somewhere. Not sure. Where's Onisnake going? Let's follow Onisnake.
He's going to go for the quest.
For the quest objective, he's going to try and beat that. With Janna alive, she's going to get there extremely quickly. He's probably only going to be able to get neutral off at best.
Yeah, but we've had a neutral bottom for a while. We just had 3 teammates converge on top of Jjaja. It does seem that you need more, about 2 to 3 teammates to take down Udyr. He's just supremely tanky at this point. Has himself that Frozen Heart, the Spirit Visage, and the 2 double Doran shields that we were talking about a little bit about earlier. Now we're looking at a little bit of fight at the drill. We do get some kills despite Exhaust going down. Poppy has now dropped, and Elalya does have to run back to the point, try to defend it, although we are going to have some heavy opposition.
Yeah, up at the top, Elalya's going to try and do something. FeedSki probes back into the bush to try and see what's going on there, and doing an okay job of delaying so far. Got the Garrison goes down on that also, just waiting for teammates to get there, and is able to successfully delay. You have a Cassiopeia going on, that point is still controlled by them, and onisnake goes down. Sauron looks to be the next target, but Elliott's got his Hex Drinker proc active. And they're going to go ahead and back away there. And they were able to hold that a lot longer than I think they otherwise would have, but a creep wave has neutraled the drill, and Jjaja is making a mess bottom again, just walking up on the tower.
Yeah, he seems to enjoy doing that. Look at that. He stays in the tower range, so it does not shoot those super creeps, and it just starts ticking down away those hit points. FeedSki juking out Elalya. Oh, my goodness. That was quite the jiggle. I was like, whoop, what happened there? But yeah, zimike's going to come up here, see it, and a Q from Elalya will finish it off. But excellent juke out of the FeedSki right there. That dodge was so good,
I didn't even know what happened. All right? That was a really nice play by FeedSki. Sauron in the middle, trading a shot with Aparkhurst. And ZaberZ up here, yep, looking to get that vision right there, dropping those mushrooms, taking a shot at zimike, turning around, seeing Elalya, and being like, nope, I do not want to go that way. And FeedSki and Sauron taking down Jjaja over there. Rammus trying to BD that bottom tower, but Janna going down there in response to it. And Sauron scissoring up towards the top, trying to cut in there and get a hold of that. But Talith PA getting out in front. It's going to make a move on that. Aparkhurst getting chased out of the fight. And now Talith PA getting taken down. 4v1 up here. Elalya, this is a repeat of what happened last time. Just moments ago, got the silence goes down. Got the stun going to go down too. Keeping Elalya locked down. And she is going to fall. Parker's going to go back. Talith PA with the revive heading back up to the top. No, going to take a hard right and go towards the bottom now.
Yeah, I mean, this point has been neutral again. onisnake doing some excellent backdoor back cap tactics with that Rammus. I mean, that's a big power of Rammus. He has a lot of mobility due to Powerball, and he's very innately tanky. So even when opposition shows up, he can still take a little bit of beating while still getting back to safety. And at the same point, the more you can peel to take care of that Rammus means that there's going to be a weaker opposition elsewhere. Looking at Nekrogen jump upon Aparkhurst as ZaberZ is about to get demolished bottom. Yeah, he goes down. Sauron with the ultimate. onisnake is here. This bottom is going to be in big contention. Looks like, however, Nekrogen did die to the opposition, and we got 3 reds down here to take out Talith PA, and he's not going to be taking onisnake with him.
Nope, that's not going to be the case for sure. Jjaja is going to have to retreat. Also, FeedSki trying to get a little burst on zimike, but it's not quite going the way that he wants it to. zimike shielding almost all that second shot. That was a nice little defense there. But FeedSki with the Storm Shield for that extra damage. The point does get neutralized, and just going to dash right on out of there. Does not want to deal with that, having to deal with Aparkhurst and zimike. Instead, he's going to fall back just a little bit. play a little bit safe for a moment, wait for his teammates to get up there, and there we go. We got ZaberZ coming up to the top right now. FeedSki with the double, but going to get killed anyway. onisnake coming up here now. That point, oh, just barely not captured by blind pick. They just need a minion or a funny look at it to be able to turn it over. ZaberZ trying to get zimike down, but just instead chasing around, and zimike's going to get that point if ZaberZ can't do something. Yep, there we go. Just a little sneeze, like I said, was all it was going to take in order to be able to get that. Sauron now begins capping it to keep it from shooting. Garrison goes down, which would not have saved it had it not been unneutralized there. Sauron with the exhaust, and he's in a bad spot in between three people. onisnake comes back up to the top now. And a lot of back and forth in this fight up here at the windmill is going on for a fairly lengthy amount of time now. ZaberZ been in it since the beginning.
Forever.
onisnake getting exhausted and chased away now. ZaberZ getting chased away, and they are able to get that tower.
Man, Talith just barely grabs that Rammus. Now, we did have some drama going down at this bottom. Let's keep my eye on it just on the minimap. But Jjaja is still being a royal pain in the ass to this red team, to this line offense. As, you know, Sauron and FeedSki are down here. They are going to be able to take care of it. They will be able to get their point back in their pocket. But it is a 3-2 split for the blind pick bandits. And this seems to be something that, this is how the blind pick bandits work. They initially start losing, reevaluate, and then they do it right. I mean, that's the only way to say it, because they come back very nicely in these later games.
FeedSki trade some shots with Aparkhurst. That's something that we see a lot with blind pick. Is they seem like they're taking a little bit of you know, damage to their nexus, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh wow, they're just going crazy. Up at the windmill, zimike getting chased away. That point finally getting neutralized there. It looks like point defense or line offense is going to take that point back. At the neutral down at the bottom, and Aparkhurst is currently patching up those excellent carpentry shields. onisnake going for zimike and get airborne. There's a taunt stun. zimike actually going to die for a change. Is this what's going to happen here? And it is what is going to happen. They're going to try and neutral that point, but they should probably back off right now. And they are going to do that, although onisnake may be a little bit too late. He's got the speed. Oh, we got the Cassiopeia ult going down, freezing them in place. Got a devastating blow from Poppy. All sorts of bad things happening. onisnake trying to head on out of there with his significant amount of Rammus defense. Oh, look at that flash from Elalya. Jumps right in front there, interrupting that that power ball and forcing him to stop.
Really excellent plays coming up from Elalya in general. I mean, this Warwick has been doing work. Might not have the best score, 6-9-7, but the plays that have been coming out of Elalya have been superb. She is doing an excellent Warwick this round, and they are going to get this top lane back. And yeah, this game is far from over.
It's definitely got a long way to go. And I said flash, I meant teleport. Warwick's ultimate, I forget what it was called I was trying to refer to. FeedSki putting some damage on Jjaja, forcing Jjaja back a little bit. ZaberZ comes down here now, and this is where Jjaja gets worried, is when ZaberZ shows up. Doesn't want to have to deal with any of that poison or anything of the sort. Aparkhurst comes down to help out his teammate, and ZaberZ and FeedSki are going to retreat as their mana starts to fall lower, puts some damage on both of them. And Talith PA catching Sauron up here. Sauron in a really bad spot over there. zimike with that airborne. That airborne is just so priceless. zimike's really good at employing it. And wow, things go really bad for line offense right there. Jjaja dashes around the corner, finds ZaberZ, smacks him, turns around, runs the other way. zimike comes up from the other side. No, Tornado gonna go ahead and back off over there. Nekrogen trying to come down to that point and defend it, but he's gonna get just abused by a hammer and those little poison fang things that Cassiopeia's got. And whoa!
Oh,
Teemo mushroom for the win there, killing off that, and he knows. Oh, there goes the vision from the Hextech sweeper there, and yeah, wow, zimike's still alive. Everyone else died a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, while all this was going on, however, onisnake was able to take back top, put up a lot of pressure over to the factory. So, you know, this game, I said, was maybe not that far from over, but 243-90, it's not looking good again for the blind pick bandits. They cannot seem to keep a steady hold on 3 of these points, and running into Teemo mushrooms at low health is not helping their cause whatsoever.
Elalya's Warwick gets taken down up top, and zimike comes in. zimike and Talith PA, pretty dangerous force, especially with Aparkhurst up here. It's not 3v1. You got the Cassiopeia, only gets the slow off. onisnake trying to retreat from the fight. Sauron in the middle of everything he doesn't want to be in the middle of. And onisnake getting chased all the way back up the tower. Just one hit, one right after the other from Aparkhurst, landing those shots. ZaberZ up to the top to, there we go. We got defensive Garrison thrown down on that point. Exhaust goes off on Talith PA, chipping away. ZaberZ there with the poison, trying to get Talith down. Gets knocked away with the devastating blow. Big chunk taken out of the health. onisnake going back and forth trying to interrupt zimike and Aparkhurst. And Talith PA might get taken down by ZaberZ, but no, not quite. Saved by the Janna shield there. Just narrowly. No! So close! I thought it was going to be enough, but not quite. And Blind Pick is able to get the windmill, but they have lost the bottom tower.
Yeah, Quarry. Yeah, Quarry is definitely not looking so good right now, as it does look in Nekrogen, and FeedSki was able to just to really steamroll any kind of lane pressure that the Blind Pick banners were able to be, you know, putting up. So even though they got this top tower, Sauron Sauron just dropping to that tower. So zimike trading it off. You know, we were talking about how zimike doesn't like to die. He has 4 deaths. Check out the rest of his team. 12, 12, 10, 10. Even the other team, 6, 6, 5, 6, 3. So right now he is really low on that death count. Not the lowest, but you know, that is why zimike does not run Revive.
Line of fence doing a really, really good job of you know, defending that bottom point there. It's very interesting that they're you know, able to do that with close proximity to the other enemy base. onisnake and ZaberZ being able to get another kill off on Talith PA. Elalya and zimike up here at the top, and zimike's just incredibly disruptive. He's got that shield, so, and Elalya with the storm shield, that's a really tough nut to crack, and I don't know if they're going to make a play on that or not. No, it looks like they are not. It looks like instead Sauron's going to go down here, chase Jjaja away, and Nekrogen, wow, that Cassiopeia ult not quite landing the way that Aparkhurst planned, and Aparkhurst paying the price for it. Nekrogen turned his back at just the last second to get the slow by that, and is able to get the kill off on Cassiopeia. He is going to have to retreat from there because he is dive bait being as low on hit points as is. And look at Jjaja and Sauron just running around in a circle over here.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. At a score of 226, I don't see a neutral coming out of their bag, and that is going to put them down into 2nd place here in the Dominate Dominion Tournament number 5. So give it up for the line offense, taking 1st place, Dominate Dominion number 5.